Imagine discovering that your quiet neighbor wasn't just odd, but was digging up graves at night, crafting lampshades out of human skin, and even wearing masks made from the faces of the dead. This isn't a horror movie. It's the real story of Ed Gein. His crimes were so disturbing. They inspired Psycho, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Silence of the Lambs. Ed Gein was born in 1906 in the small town of La Crosse, Wisconsin. His childhood was anything but normal. His father was a violent alcoholic, and his mother, Augusta, was a religious fanatic who preached that women, except for herself, were wicked and instruments of sin. Ed and his brother Henry were isolated from the community, forced to live under their mother's strict and abusive control. In school, Ed was shy, awkward, and bullied. He struggled to connect with other kids, often making strange faces and laughing to himself. Yet at home, he clung to his mother, worshiping her as if she were a saint. When his father died, Ed took on farm work to support the family, but his mother kept tightening her grip on him. Then in 1945, Augusta died. For Ed, her death was devastating. The one person he depended on, the center of his world, was gone. After her death, Ed boarded up her bedroom and left it untouched, like a shrine. The rest of the farmhouse fell into decay. Trash piled up, dishes went unwashed, and filth covered the rooms. But inside his mind, something darker began to grow. Ed became fascinated with anatomy books, death, and even articles about Nazi experiments. This obsession pushed him into the graveyards of Plainfield, Wisconsin. By night, Ed Gein snuck into cemeteries. He dug up freshly buried women, exhumed their bodies, and brought them back to his farmhouse. There, he experimented, skinning corpses, creating masks, and fashioning trophies out of human remains. His house slowly transformed into something out of a nightmare. Skulls became bowls, chairs were upholstered with human skin, and organs were preserved in jars. On November 16, 1957, everything came to light. Local hardware store owner Bernice Wardens vanished. Her son, a deputy sheriff, traced the evidence to Ed Gein's farm. When officers stepped inside, they uncovered one of the most disturbing crime scenes in American history. Bernice Warden's body was found decapitated, hung upside down like butchered meat. Around the house, investigators discovered human skulls turned into bowls, lampshades made of skin, and masks crafted from human faces. It was a true house of horrors. When questioned, Ed Gein was disturbingly calm. He admitted to killing Bernice Wardens and another missing woman, tavern owner Mary Hogan. But he insisted that most of his grisly collection came from grave robbing, not murder. Still, his confessions left investigators and the public horrified. How could one man live among such horrors and act like nothing was wrong? In 1958, Gein was declared insane and unfit for trial. Years later, in 1968, he stood trial for murder. He was found guilty but legally insane and spent the rest of his life in psychiatric institutions. He died in 1984 at the age of 77. He never left those hospital walls, but the horrors he left behind haunted the world forever. The crimes of Ed Gein left a permanent scar on American culture. His grotesque acts directly inspired some of the most iconic horror villains in history. Norman Bates in Psycho, Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs all trace back to him. Horror films were never the same again, and the name Ed Gein became synonymous with real-life terror. Today, Ed Gein's farmhouse is gone. It was burned down decades ago. But the chilling memory of what he did continues to echo. Was Ed Gein born a monster, or was he shaped into one by his twisted upbringing and isolation? His story remains one of the darkest in true crime history, and a terrifying reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters are real. If this story disturbed you as much as it did us, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with others who follow true crime. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world's most chilling cases.